All right, today on the homestead, we're trying to fix the chirping whistle from the exhaust on a Loadstar. I wasn't 100% sure what the cause was. If you go back and watch one of the other videos I have uploaded, there's a kind of chirping whistle sound coming out of this side of the exhaust. I did have an exhaust leak on the back side of the flange, the down tube there. I tightened up the flange bolts and the exhaust leak went away, but it didn't fix the chirp. So the chirp somewhere else. It could be in the pipe going out the back, could be in the manifold, or it could be in these exhaust ports. Did a little reading online. These 345 Internationals used to have from the factory, they had air injection reaction tubes. Get down here a little bit closer, explain it. So the factory, to try to cheat emission standards, they installed in the exhaust ports, it wasn't just International, it was a lot of manufacturers. See where these plugs are? There used to be like another header with little down tubes going to those ports, and there was fresh air being injected into the exhaust ports in the hopes that the fresh oxygen introduced into the exhaust port would help burn unspent fuel from the combustion sequence. It worked. It did clean up the exhaust, but those tubes were made out of cheap metal oftentimes and would rust out really quick and would just create more exhaust leaks. So I've seen this on a lot of GM and Ford vehicles as well. The exhaust, those air tubes would get removed, the holes would get plugged, and if the plugs going in here are not long enough, there's you've got the tapped hole going straight down into the exhaust, and you got a puff of exhaust air going across an empty hole. Well, it creates a whistle. I mean, that's all a whistle is a empty void with the right geometry and air going over a knife edge, and it creates a whistle. I think that's what we have going on here. I think I don't know what cylinder number this one is here, but I got it down in here and started looking at where these plugs are. I'll show you a good one first. And that's the bad one. Here's a good one. Okay, so you can kind of see how there's a little. You can see the top of the plug and then the threads and the ball sticking out in the middle of the intake runner or the exhaust runner. Well, these all look normal. These two here. You get back to the third one here, and that one looks like it's broken off. Can you see that? That's got an odd shape to it. Like maybe somebody put a long bolt in there and it chipped off a piece of metal. I bet that is what's causing my chirping sound. This one back here is good. But also, those plugs are not going all the way to the bottom of the hole either. So I think my only course of action here is to drill these plugs out, because I tried to get them out. They're seized in there too bad. I'm not going to get them out. I can either do that, or I can try to get a die grinder in here and smooth this port out, and then throw some JB weld up in there. As luck would have it, I'm all out of JB weld. And we need some valve cover gaskets, obviously. Our exhaust flanges are just coated in oil, causing the exhaust manifold gasket to fail. There's the exhaust manifold gasket. As you can see, it's been leaking here. There's a soot trail. This is cracked around here, so we'll get us a new set of exhaust manifold gaskets. Here's the exhaust manifold. Running out of space here. Put it down on the ground. It's in good shape. There's no cracks. Everything looks good on it. I don't see any weird sharp edges in here that might cause a whistle. So I bet that's all it is that one air injection reaction port that got chipped. So once I clean everything up, put some valve cover gaskets on it, and get it all back together, we'll see if that works. Thanks for watching.